Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we're going back to the great state of Alabama, Roll Tide. We're going to interview Mr. Roger Shiflett. Roger got a top 10 finish last year at the BFL Bama Division Tournament on Neely Henry Lake. That same tournament's coming up this coming weekend for the Bama Division. So talking to a top 10 angler, he's going to give us a full recap of his tournament last year, what he predicts for this year. A lot of great content coming your way. Before we get started, let's pause real quick for a quick commercial. Are you an outdoor enthusiast that suffers from inflammation, trouble sleeping at night, or anxiety? Do you deal with joint discomfort or aches and sorenesses in your back and your shoulders? Have you looked into CBD products, but you're not sure what to buy and you don't want to swallow a pill? Well, then Revital Outdoors has a very tasty solution for you, giving you the relief you need with our premium CBD gummies. We offer these in two flavors. We have the very popular among our pro staff and fellow outdoor enthusiasts. This is the strawberry lemonade. And then the brand new for 2023, this is the green apple. Both flavors come in a 30-day supply. Each bottle contains 30 gummies. Each gummy has 10 milligrams of our premium broad spectrum CBD oil. These are sweetened with sugarcane and built with natural ingredients. So check them out on our website. The link is right below in the description of this video. Use the code YouTube20 to save 20% off your first order. And don't forget, if you spend $50 or more, you get free 2-day shipping. That being said, let's get back to the podcast. All right, thank you for joining us back on the podcast. Again, we have Mr. Roger Shiflett from the great state of Alabama. He's going to talk to us about Neely Henry. But before we get started, make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we are still taking entries into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway that will happen at the end of the BFL season. We've got great partners such as Revital Outdoors, the Rod Glove Cigar line, Lou's Strike King, a lot of different great companies in with the fishing industries to make this a great package. No angler is going to want to miss out on it, but make sure you hit that link at the top of the description right below this video to enter in. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. That being said, let's go ahead and bring Roger straight into the studio. Roger, how you doing this evening?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Really appreciate you coming on the podcast. Great to talk to another Alabama angler. We're talking about a lake I've never been to yet, but I've heard a lot of great things from it. It produces a lot of great weights. It's had some tour level tournaments on it. And that's Lake Neely Henry. You got top 10 last year in the Bama Division BFL. So tell us a little bit about last year's tournament.
Well, it was actually it was fishing pretty tough at the time, and basically what I done was I just kind of concentrated in one area of the lake, and I had 3 areas that I fished all day. I just rotated them, and kind of like probably after about 12 o'clock, I ended up catching 3 really good fish that I coiled up and got me pretty much to where I was at. But basically what I was doing was I was concentrating like on grass, and I had 2 pockets and then another area in a creek, and I just pretty much fished shallow all day long, and pretty much just I threw a chatterbait, swim jig, and that was pretty much it for me. I mean, I might have weighed 1 in on the swim jig, but everything else probably on chatterbait. So
I got you.
yeah.
How many keepers did you end up catching throughout the day?
Probably 9, 10 maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a slow bite all day long, you know. It was I probably didn't have but 8 or 9 pounds by 12 o'clock.
Right.
And
So
then,
tell us a little bit more about Neely Henry. How does it fish? What's the style of fishing?
Yeah.
You think about like Lake Gunnersville, Weeder Lake, you think about ledges, fish getting out on deep.
Right.
Is that the same kind of deal on Neely Henry, or what can anglers expect that have never been there before?
Yeah, it's just gonna be more of a shallow bite. You go upriver, and it's gonna be current oriented, so they pull water from both ends of the lake. So the guys that go upriver, it's real narrow up there, so they can go up there and fish current. And then kind of where I went last year, I went in the middle of the lake. It's got a lot of backwater areas and a lot of grass, so you can do shallow stuff. And if you go down on the lower end, you can do some offshore stuff. A lot of guys fish offshore brush piles, and they get out on the points, fish the stumps, stuff like that. But for the most part, kind of you probably can fish kind of how you want to. Every guy fishes different, But that's pretty much, it's kind of broke down in 3 different sections, to be honest. Yeah.
I got you. So it sounds like a guy can go out deep and fish a brush pile or something like that if he wants to. He can go up shallow.
Yeah.
Multitude of different ways to catch him this time of year.
Yeah, that's right. Hmm.
Okay. As far as weight goes, what do you expect for this weekend on the boater side?
Well, they had a big tournament there this past weekend. It took 17 to win it, and I think like 30th place was 11 something. So probably going to take 16, 17 to win on the boater side, and you know, it's fishing. It seems to be fishing a little better than it did last year. I think they're getting more
Okay.
quality fish out of there this year. So
You think that's because attribute to the weather? Is there higher water, or there's better water conditions this year? Or what do you think is attributing to that?
I don't really. I mean, we've had a little bit of rain, and that's like the water. If it gets stained there, it seems to be better for sure. So that may have something to do with it, and it just and maybe the fishing's just like the fish are still they just finished spawning out, and they're probably in different phases, I guess. But what I'm trying to say is they're a little further along this time, so maybe that's why they're biting better. I mean, they're definitely the weights have been better this year on Neely Henry for sure than last
Okay.
year. Yeah.
I got you. A couple more questions before we let you go, Roger.
Yeah.
What do you think is a co-angler on Neely Henry? What would you, if you were a co-angler in this, you're
Yeah.
taking 3 rods with you, your boater didn't really tell you a whole lot, maybe didn't have good practice. What are you going, armed with? What's kind of something that a co-angler can always get by with on Neely Henry?
Definitely a shaky head. I mean, you fish that behind the guys, and because there's spotted bass in there, and they love a shaky head, and the largemouth like it too. That's definitely something.
Oh, did you get a phone call?
Yeah, I cut it off.
Yeah. So
Um,
just go back. You said definitely a shaky head, and then it cut off.
yeah, shaky head is a great bait to throw. I mean, that you're going to get bites on it. And my guy last year, he got several bites on it doing just fishing behind me. Um, and then, like I say, maybe early in the morning, depending on where they get to go, if they get around some grass, they'll be throwing a swim jig, chatterbait, spinnerbait, something like that, or a buzzbait. Buzzbait's really good there too. So yeah, definitely, you know, you can't go wrong with a shaky head. It's a good bait to throw for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, notoriously for a co-angler, you always got to have that fairy wand with you. You definitely have to throw
For
spinning
sure.
applications to get bit.
That's right.
So, well, Roger, I know you fish several different circuits in the state of Alabama. I looked up your social media platform, and you've got a great support system. You do very well for yourself for being a weekend angler. You seem to have found kind of a niche in what you're fishing there in Alabama. You've done really, really well, had a lot of great success, but I know you don't do it alone. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to support wise in the industry or family wise that helps you do what you do as a tournament angler?
Just I'd like to thank my wife for letting me, kind of she supports me go out and fish, and just friends that help me out, things like that. I don't really have a lot of sponsors, but just that's pretty much it. I kind of just do it for fun. So maybe one day I get to try to do it big time, but just right now I just do it for just I have a job during the week, so that's kind of what I just do on weekends to get away.
Absolutely. I can tell from your background on the wall that you're 100% through and through a sportsman. We love to see that at Revital Outdoors. So,
Yeah.
for all the listeners out there, we've been talking to Mr. Roger Shiflett, a top 10 angler from last year's BFL Bama Division tournament on Neely Henry. Again, that same tournament's coming up this year. So we want to wish all the Bama Division tournament anglers the best of luck this year. Good luck to all the anglers fishing at the BFL tournaments in 2022. Make sure before we let you go, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, make sure you enter into that $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway package. You see the rotating banner throughout this video. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. It just takes a few seconds to get in, and I promise you no angler is going to want to miss out on that. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there, everyone. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.